If you collect records long enough, you'll come across some that just have an amazing story attached to them, and this is one of those cases. I want to share with you something that's a little bit of an emotional journey, especially for the people involved. I have a good friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, that I met several years ago through actually a car club. His name is David, and I'll just leave it at that. I won't share his last name because I don't know if he wants his identity, brought up in public. But I have a good friend, David, that recently lost his aunt. She passed away. I won't get into the details because, again, I don't know how much he would want me to share. But he had to fly out to California, and we're in North Carolina, so he had to fly out to California to kind of help clean up the estate, get things ready, clear out the house of the valuables to kind of turn the estate over. And as he's out there, he's come across some records. She had a collection of records, and that collection of records, I mean, just like anybody that was collecting records from long ago, they kind of became a second thing. They were stored out in a garage. Some rodents got into them. And he sent me some photos of the records and said, hey, this is what I came across. He sent a couple pictures, and he said the covers are a little bit worn and not in the best condition, but all the actual media itself, the records themselves, all look fantastic. They all look very clean, no major scratches, nothing that would stop you from playing them. And while he's talking to me, I know he's calling me because I'm a record collector, and my sense is that he's going to want to know what this stuff is worth. Is it worth just donating? Is it worth taking to, a record store? Is it worth taking back and trying to sell some of these things individually? My friend's kind of smart. He knows that some of the older pressings can be very valuable, be worth a lot of money. But I don't know if he really knows how to check a matrix run out to see if it's worth any money. So mentally, as my buddy's kind of sharing with me what he's experiencing, mentally that's where I'm at until he drops the bomb on me. And he tells me, I know that these records, if they were in your hands, they would be loved and cherished. And I know you would take good care of them. So, he sent them to me. I don't have to pay for them. He didn't ask me for any money. He did say if I want to take them to dinner, I could take them to dinner. But he didn't ask for anything. And he sent me this box here. It's a small box of U-Haul, and then another box from California of records that are essentially the memory of his aunt, that he trusts me to keep in the collection, to hold on to cherish, to clean up, to play and enjoy. That was the one thing he did ask. He said, I just want to hear a couple of these at one time. Once you get them, kind of clean up and ready to go, I would love to come over and just listen to a couple of records, my aunt's records with you. And I thought that was really special. It was a touching moment for me. First off, I have a friend that, loves me enough to think of me in that situation and to think of me as somebody who would take care of his family's belongings. And then also knew that, he wasn't going to price gouge me or tell me, oh, listen, give me $100 or give me $200 or even $500 or whatever. He didn't do that. He didn't play that card. He just said, you're a mate of mine, and I know I could probably sell these things, but I'd rather you have them. I'd rather you have them and cherish them and love them and enjoy them because I know that you'll have them forever. And that meant a lot to me. And Dave, if you're watching this, thank you. Man, thank you for that. But this is the California collection. That's what I'm going to refer to it for here on in, is California collection. I haven't opened up any of these boxes. Now, I will tell you that this one didn't arrive in the best condition. It looks a little beat up, a little bit open. But I don't know what's in here. I got a sense from the pictures that some of the covers, to his credit and his accuracy of his credit, the pictures show that some of these were destroyed. the covers were, maybe in less desirable shape. But in the end of the day, if the records are clean, you can always find replacement covers in the dollar bins, right? And really, in the end of the day, I don't even know, depending on how bad they are, and I'm kind of forethinking here. If they're not that bad, I'll just keep them, right? Only if they're falling apart or moldy, if I have to get rid of them. I can search dollar bins for replacement covers. But if I don't need to get rid of them, meaning that they're healthy, they're not dirty, they're not going to cause mold or bacteria or anything crazy like that, then I'll just keep it as is. And this will forever be the California collection merged with mine. I'll label all of these with a sticker in the back. This is California. Put them in Discogs with the notes. This is California collection. So I can always find them and organize them appropriately. But listen, I wanted to share that with you because on this video, I'm going to unbox these. We're going to unbox them together. I'm going to cut the seal on this box and this one here, and we're going to see what's actually inside of these boxes together. I have no idea what's inside. I'm looking forward to seeing what's inside. I know it's a little bit of an emotional story, but it's also filled with excitement. As any record collector, you don't know what's in this box. There's going to be some grails in here. There could be records that are extremely rare. There could be just common records. There could be a whole bunch of nonsense dollar records. I have no idea. We have no idea what's inside of these boxes. Even my mate that went through these said he didn't go through them all. He just pulled out a couple just to see the condition of them. He had so much to do, as you can imagine, with the estate. He wasn't going to get wrapped up into this. He just said, I'm going to send them to you. That's it. So even him does not have a full sense of what's inside of these boxes. So we're all going to uncover that together, on this episode in just a matter of moments. But yeah, so why don't we go ahead and dive in, get this box cut open here, and we'll see what's inside. I can see already, just my first intake, there looks like there's some old box sets here. I don't know exactly what they are, but maybe things not so, something you probably would find in a dollar bin or used store. But there's a whole bunch of records lined up here, and some of the spines look like they've had better days. But we knew that. We knew that getting into it. Let me go ahead and take a picture of this so you can kind of see what I'm seeing right off the bat. I'll put this as B-roll on the video, but this is what I'm seeing. And let's dive into this. I don't know what's what. Could be wasting some of y'all times, but let's flip through. We have Bach, J.S. Bach organ music. Another one. It's a volume 4, and we got another one. So definitely somebody who's in the classical music. Another box set. These were the ones I saw right away. I said look like maybe something I'd download. Now I'll be honest with you, I know nothing about these. Maybe they're rare. Maybe they're worth something. I don't know. I do like classical music, and I can tell you that some of these older pressings are some of the best pressings you can get. And if the first pull is how all of them are going to be, man, that is mint. My buddy was not lying. It is a very, very, very clean copy. I will need to transfer these to better sleeves. So the inner sleeves, they look a little funky. We might have to transfer them out. But first impressions, they are very clean. So even though the outsides might be a little bit worn, the insides look good. Got Roger Slaughter on the 10th Avenue, swinging 30s. Definitely got a lot of classical music for freshmen, Latin beat. Dottie West, Kelly Green. Moods in the Music, Rex Harrison, Day by Day, Doris Day. Now, it's a lot of just more generic stuff. Oh look, West Side Story. There you go. That's kind of cool. All right. Got another box set here. World's Greatest Music. Psychedelic recordings. We'll see. We'll put that to the test. And what is this? Bach album and mood music, listening relaxation. What's funny is that this is a whole series by the Reader's Digest. You find these a lot donated, but they're packed with music. I have a couple of them box sets I picked up because most of the time you could pick them up for pennies on a dollar, and even in great shape. And to me, they're just a great catalog of just music that we don't hear anymore. So my head was probably chopped off for most of that. I apologize for that, but I thought it was more important for you to see the records than me. So this first box that we opened here was more just like on the classical side and some theme song albums and some music that maybe wouldn't really catch a high value at a record store. I think if it was a record collector or somebody looking at this, they really wouldn't offer anything for it. They'd probably take it as a donation, put it in their dollar records to kind of fill out those bins. But I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's just that, unfortunately, these are not the records that really held their value today. Now, I don't know until I do the Matrix runouts. Maybe there's some rare pressing here. Maybe there's some really sought-after album that's in this collection. But I'm doubtful, and that's not what this collection is about anyway. This collection is not about trying to get some amazing, original pressing of something that's worth thousands of dollars. That's not what this is about. I'm just grateful and blessed to be able to have these albums to add to the collection. Now, I do have another box, and this next box is the one I'm a little bit more intrigued about because in the photos, I did see some rock albums. I did see some things that we would likely get excited about. Now, I don't know the condition of them. I don't know what pressings they are, but I have a feeling they're in this box. So why don't we go ahead and get this one open and we can dig into this a little bit and see what's inside. So we got Hair, tribute to love rock music, The Umbrellas, Jesus Christ Superstar. Let's see here. Let's check the condition of this on MCA Records. The album looks clean. I mean, my buddy's right. These look like they were, treated really well. That she really took care of her collection. It's just unfortunate. The covers, it's probably some of that rodent damage we talked about earlier. But spot checking a few of these records so far, they look pretty clean. Environments, listen music, I don't know. That is about another Lovers Thing. Gaber Szabo, greatest hits. I really like Gaber Szabo. This is actually a really cool find for me. I hope that the album is clean. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any scratches. I just see a lot of dirt. I think give this a clean, throw it in the ultrasonic, man. This is going to be a nice one here. This is something I would pick up at a record store if I found it. Yeah, the cover's a little bit beat, but I think it adds character to the album, and it adds to the history of the album. But man, this is a really cool find, for me anyway. If you're not familiar, he's a Hungarian jazz guitarist, and his music is fantastic. I've just recommend recently his album Dreams and Bacchanal, 40 funky hits. Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Pop. Western Movies, Hot Rod Lincoln, Short Fat Fanny, May the Bird of Paradise Fly Up Your Nose, Snoopy versus the Red Baron. I mean, this looks like a fun album. This looks like a fun album. A nice little cartoon in the back. 3 LPs. It looks like they're all there. Yeah, Bill Withers, look at this one. Just As I Am. was looking for the copyright here just to maybe get a sense of when this was pressed, but without checking the runouts, I don't know. That's not said there either. Let's check the condition. Bill Withers, man, is awesome. This is a killer album, too. Oh, yeah. Oh, golly, this doesn't even look like it was played. Like it's perfect condition. It's super clean. It just needs to be, the discs just need to be clean. You know? All you need to do is to spend a little bit of time and get this bad boy in tip-top shape. But this is a great album. One of Bill Withers, in my opinion, one of his better albums. And it looks like it, for the most part, went unabused by the rodents. Even the rodents were like, man, that's Bill Withers. We ain't messing with that. It's got a lot of soul in it. Neil Diamond. Okay, look, we got some Neil Diamond albums now. Getting into some things here. Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Get It Together. A collection of best rock music by the best performers that comprise the heart of the new rock movement. Oh, it's got Cream, For Jackson Jill, The Grassroots, Guess Who, Iron Butterfly, Jefferson Airplane, The Kinks, The Monkees, The Rascals, Steppenwolf, The Who. I've never even heard of this album. It sounds like a great creation of songs. 2 LPs, it looks like. Let's spot one of them. See what kind of condition we're into. This is the beautiful Dynaflex vinyl here. No scratches, just a lot of dirt and lint. Just hair there if you saw that on camera. But yeah, clean as a whistle. George Carlin. Yeah, he was a funny guy. His material got a little bit repetitive at the late stages of his life, but I mean, that's what happens when you get old. This is going to be fun. I like George Carlin. I'll definitely be giving that one a listen. I'm not familiar with that one at all. Cat Stevens. Unexpected surprise there. So this lady was definitely no scratches, at least not on that side. Yeah, it looks clean. Man, this lady was definitely a record collector. I think, like most of us, the first box was just maybe even things she inherited. Who knows? A lot of people inherit her collection. I feel like maybe this was more her music, because we're getting into complete sets of stuff. The Who, live at Leeds, and you know this is old. 1970 is the stamp in the back end. It probably is 1970. Look at this. I just want to make sure it didn't have like receipts and stuff in it. So this is just all the inserts that you would get to kind of make you feel part of the band. The letter. It's got the picture, record sign. I mean, it's cool stuff here. Cool inserts. A lot of cool stuff in here. I don't know who this is. Never seen that before. But this one I have, Simon and Garfunkel. Bookends. It's a great album. Yeah, I know. I grabbed it with my fingers. You're not supposed to do that. Needs to be clean. But not scratched up. Definitely needs an inner sleeve. It's just laying here in the... Oh, that hurts putting that back in, but... What's this? Bark. Have you seen this before? Never seen this before. What is this? Rodent damage. I don't know who this is. Shall we look? Oh, it's Jefferson Airplane. I'll be honest with you, I've never seen this album before. This is new to me. Somebody out there is a big Jefferson Airplane fan. It's like, you're an idiot. Which is probably true, but I've never seen this one before. So I'm interested. You know, this is really cool. They got some Barry Manilow live, right? Donna Summer. This is interesting. I don't know what the hell this is. Every child has a right to sex education. I have no idea. You know, the quirky things like this sometimes are a lot of fun. I I don't know. They have all these things like based on different religions on why it's okay to play this album to your kid. And then I guess this is a set. This is for young adults. They're not open, so I have no idea what the history is there. Maybe my mate can tell me what the story is, but it's both record 1 and 2 in the series. Seals and Crofts. Nice one, 1-on-1. Another Jefferson Airplane album here. This is definitely a you could tell a love record. But let's see. Yeah, this one's seen better days. This is unfortunately one I won't put on my turntable. But this one's got a lot of scratches on it, which I could tell just by the outside. This one was definitely one that was loved, right? It's okay. You know, you can't expect every single record in somebody's collection to be perfect and mint. That happens. So, another Jefferson Airplane. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Cat Stevens numbers. It's cool with the die cut here. Top loader here. Look at that. Ooh. Kind of cool. Shall we check it? Let's check it. Curious. By the way, when I'm going through some new ads in bulk, this is kind of how I go through them. Just kind of randomly check a couple of them. A little bit of a scratch there, but this side looks pretty clean. This scratch here, there's a scratch, but it may affect playback. I don't know. Some of these I think are just super fit. They're just surface scratches, maybe from sliding in and out. We'll see. Joni Mitchell. I know there's a lot of Joni Mitchell fans out there. You got her little naked butt there, huh? This is a... Yeah. I mean, kind of what you expect. Again, not in bad condition at all. It just needs a cleaning. Looks like some surface because they're sliding in and out of this without any sleeves on them. The ones that are in sleeves looks like they're in great conditions. The ones without sleeves looks like they got a couple marks on them. Judy Collins. Oh, how to recover from back pain. And it's a box set. Whew, definitely need that one. And then this is this is the last one, folks. A little Jethro Tull. Thick as a brick. Fold out. Read it like a newspaper. Then the record sits back here. Let's see what the Jethro Tull. It's in a sleeve. Yeah. It just needs a cleaning. So that about wraps it up, and you know, it's been a treat to be able to share this with y'all. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if this was going to be all, you know, bummer, or there was not anything really worth sharing, but I think box number 2 had some of the best ones, right? I think they had the ones that probably y'all listening here would be more excited to listen into. For me, they're all great finds because they're all part of a collection that now has a new home in my collection. And even the records that are not VG Plus or greater, I'm still going to keep them. I don't like separating collections like that. I mean, this is trusted into me to take care of. So I'll put them in a small little section I have of records that I don't want to part with, but I won't put on my turntable or a turntable because they're scratched too much. I mean, that's just, you're not going to enjoy listening to a record that looks like somebody took a nail and drew all over it, right? But they are part of the collection, and I just sometimes have a hard time separating things. Like these records been together under the same roof for years. I want to keep it that way. I want to honor that. And it'll always have a history. You know, this is always going to have a history. So all of these will get tagged California collection. And I'm looking forward to the day that my mate comes over and we could sit down and listen to some of these records and maybe bring back some positive memories of his aunt. Music is very powerful. It's very therapeutic. It can be very spiritual. And it can get you through some bad times. It can be something that pumps you up, get you in the mood. Going out on a Friday night, need some energy, music. Had a rough day at work, music. Just got broken up with, depressed, and need some music to cry over. You got that too. And sometimes you also got music that can help you get through grieving. Because, you know, you flash back, you put on one of these records, man, and you flash back to, I remember listening to that song or that album with my aunt, and, you know, it just brings back happy memories of them. And I hope that, I hope we can do that together. But thank you for sticking with me on this little journey, this unexpected journey of not knowing what we were going to get. It was kind of like a life, a box of chocolates, right? We didn't know what we were going to get, but we did get some cool stuff here, some really nice records that I'm going to go ahead and work on getting cleaned up. And if I find anything that's really, really cool, I'm going to come back and reshare it with you. So when I start putting the matrix in here, get the stuff cataloged in Discogs, if something's like, holy cow, did you know this? I'll let you know, and I'll share that with you. Until next time, I'll see you on the next video.